Home and school connections. Culture has a lot to do with influences on teaching and learning. It determines how teaching and learning occur because of the beliefs and social structures, family traditions, and the language or communication. It is based on the student's background. Culture competence refers to an educator being able to understand and respect values, attitudes, and beliefs of others having to do with their culture. Since English learners are students whose first language is not English, cultural competence is important in their instruction because it can help in the role of reducing barriers for learning. Educators must identify and act upon this to prevent any misunderstanding. The way students solve problems, become aware of information, is greatly influenced by the role of culture. EL students become involved more in the classroom when they feel welcomed and safe. Educators making meaningful choices to an inclusive classroom, like posters or books in a student's language, will give opportunity for these students to communicate more. Educators can use different strategies to support and celebrate cultural diversities in the classroom. Music and art can be one way of meaning. Educators can get together and find composers, musicians, or even instruments from the different cultures to have students not only engaged, but feel joy to have them represent in a class. Another way is to have a multicultural library, a show and tell, or even celebrating the holidays with their traditions. One strategy for leveraging home language and cultural assets is to build opportunities for content conversations using the home language and the culture assets to build opportunities for content conversations and the home language to remove the basic barriers that students may encounter in an everyday activity. Some strategies for being responsive to EL's diverse strengths, needs, and identities are scaffolding based on language level and using different model instructions such as visuals and hands-on activities. Every EL has different ways of learning and different skills. Building on their strengths can boost their confidence. By asking students to share their background before a lesson could help. When teachers start collaborating, this will help students with the special needs because data is shared and support is given, therefore expansion is made. It is always important to meet the social and emotional needs of students. Just as mentioned before, if students are greeted in their home language and have a sense of belonging by written words in the classroom in their language, then students can feel welcomed and comfortably safe. Understanding the social, emotional, and cultural needs of students when establishing classroom routines and procedures is essential. It is important to make a foundation that shows how much an educator cares about students. Routines must be put into place so students know what to expect and not feel lost. Social and emotional learning can be enhanced by explicit instruction in which skills are taught and practiced in developmentally and culturally responsive ways. Students are engaged in learning when they feel safe. It lowers anxiety and behavior issues. And if a child is scared to talk publicly, when having these strong routines and procedures, it can support self-regulation. Families contribute their knowledge with those around them. Language learning can be influenced by family and community practice, or the funds for knowledge, also called. Educators involving learning with the student's home practice can make that student feel valuable and prideful. The student's family and the community practice can provide a rich linguistic and cultural foundation that can show how they learn English. Accepting this can strengthen the home school connections. To build and foster strong family, community, and special partnership can involve strategies such as providing messages in the family's home language or use flexibility for other options. Home language should be encouraged because it can strengthen learning English. It is a way or a bridge, and it is not to be hidden away. An inclusive community engagement practice can include involving parents to join committees. Whatever helps English learners feel comfortable in participating in learning and feel that they are cared for needs to be acknowledged and practiced by educators to improve the child's learning.